St. Louis kept the ball rolling with some new champions on the All-Star Challenge Tour. Shane Lake and Gravedigger took his first racing championship this season, while sub Tristan England in the JCB Digatron grabbed Freestyle and a second show. Tonight we get things popping in Tampa, Florida with two subs looking for two more champs. This is the Rigs of Rod's semi-realistic points series, and this is Monster Jam! Hello everybody and welcome back to the ROR SRPS channel. My name is Preston Vieira and we are here in Tampa, Florida on 4th of July weekend at Raymond James Stadium. This is the first of two times we'll be here this season, but the only time here on the All-Star Challenge Tour featuring Team Thunder taking on Team Mayhem all season long in the biggest team battle in Monster Jam history. Let's get a look at our racing bracket for tonight and check out our round one matchups. First out for the racing competition is Zach Antezana in Max D representing Team Mayhem. He'll be taking on Blake Thompson making his debut in HyperShock. McQueen in Bro Camino will face off against John Gordon in Bad Company. EJ Hyden in Blue Thunder will take on Tricky Ricky Rick Steffens in Blown Money. Bryce Kinney in Mohawk Warrior Fire will take on Jaxon Schlett in Piece of Scrap. Shane Lake in Gravedigger representing Team Thunder will face off against Dave Reed in Northern Nightmare. Devyn Barber in Avenger is going to take on Jake Cranford in Gravedigger representing Team Mayhem. And then the first of our subs tonight debuting, it's Mike Welch in Gearhead. He'll be taking on the reigning freestyle champion Tristan England in the JCB Digatron. And then closing out round one, it's Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer taking on Bari Musauer in Zombie. Definitely a couple interesting races starting here in this first one with our two past champions, essentially, champion trucks here. Zach Antezana in Max D, a two-time racing champion in the first two shows of this tour. And then, of course, the two-time freestyle champion truck, HyperShock. This time, Blake Thompson is behind the wheel making his driving debut here on the ROR SRPS channel, taking over the reins from Tyler Meniga. Blake is the creator of this truck, put a lot of work in, and he wanted to step behind the wheel. So here he is in all of his glory. We'll see if he can do better in the racing competition than Tyler Meniga did. Of course, Tyler Meniga did drive this HyperShock truck to the Freestyle Championship in the first two shows of the season. So it's the first two champions of the season twice in a row going head-to-head here in racing to kick off the night. Both trucks staged and ready to go. Can Blake Thompson do it tonight? We're going green to get the night started. Nicely done. This is the first time we're seeing berms on this tour for the season. Zach Antezana, a little bobble in the turn. Blake Thompson still somehow behind, though. Wide turn from Zach Antezana, but it doesn't matter. He takes the win over Blake Thompson in HyperShock. Max D on to round two. Blake Thompson unable to get it done. Sort of a typical performance that we've seen from the HyperShock truck in the racing competition so far this season. However, this is Blake's first show. He has a lot of room to improve as Tristan England, or excuse me, Tyler Meniga kept that going for the past three shows. John Gordon in Bad Company representing Team Mayhem coming out next on your left. He's taking on Bro Camino. McQueen representing Team Thunder on your right. This is definitely going to be a great race. Both of these guys have been in the final round, or excuse me, the semifinal round before. We'll see who can make it there if either one of them can do it tonight, but one of them has to advance here in round one as we pull up to that starting line. This is going to be good. We'll see how these drivers can handle the berm. Seem to throw Zach Antezana for a little bit of a loop so far. We'll see if he can tighten that up for the rest of the night, but let's focus on these two here as we go over that starting line for the first time with these two. Great turns through the berm, nicely done. Heading into the final turn, who will take it to the line? Out wide for McQueen, a little bit of a slide. It's going to be John Gordon in Bad Company. Team Mayhem takes another one into round two. Of course, we didn't really have much of an option in the first race of the night, but here, Team Thunder versus Team Mayhem. It's Team Mayhem moving up into the next round. Can Team Mayhem get another racing championship under their belt? Of course, it was Team Thunder last time around. Rick Steffens in Blown Money coming out next on your left. He's representing Team Thunder. Also representing Team Thunder is EJ Hyden in Blue Thunder. I don't think these two have faced off so far this season. I'm very curious to see who's going to come out on top. Two very different trucks, two very different handling styles here and capabilities between the two of them. And I'm excited to see these two burn it down tonight. Whether it's here in racing or in freestyle, these two definitely show out. It's more so if they can make it far. Both trucks stays ready to go. We are going green and launching off of that starting line. Into the berm. Little bobble there it might have looked like from EJ Hyden. But it's neck and neck into the final turn. Tight turn from Tricky Ricky as he clips the turning obstacle. It doesn't matter. It is close. But Rick Steffens in Blown Money grabs the win here from EJ Hyden. EJ Hyden has made an appearance in the final round of racing. He was hoping to get back there tonight. It did not happen for him. Rick Steffens on to round 2. Here's another Team Mayhem versus Team Mayhem. Bryce Kenny and Mohawk Warrior Fire coming out on your right. He'll be taking on Jaxon Schlett in Piece of Scrap. Jaxon Schlett is another one of those drivers who hasn't made it too far up the bracket so far this season. Bryce Kenny is looking to do well. I believe Bryce Kenny has made it up into the semifinals. Can he do it again tonight? He needs to knock out Jaxon Schlett. The thing about Jaxon Schlett is he has the exact same node and setup as Blake Thompson in that HyperShock truck. So whatever we see from Blake, we can likely see from Jaxon Schlett. But they are two different drivers, two different trucks. We'll see how they do heading into this berm. Big bobble from Jaxon Schlett. Coming out of it crooked as well, and it's going to be Bryce Kenny, it looks like, with the lead heading around the final turn. And yes, over the line, Bryce Kenny in Mohawk Warrior Fire. Of course, representing Team Mayhem heading into round 2. Jaxon Schlett, another show goes by without getting up into round 2. Can he tighten up the screws throughout the season? Shane Lake in Gravedigger, the reigning racing champion, representing Team Thunder, coming out on your right. They'll be taking on Dave Reed in Northern Nightmare, who's on your left. Dave Reed, another driver who hasn't been super successful in the racing competition overall. This truck does not like the turns. I believe if we had some more straight line racing, he may have a better shot, but he definitely struggles in the turns, period. I mean, I can't really tell you much more than that. Shane Lake in Gravedigger has officially won racing championship under his belt. Now he's looking for another one. Can he get it going? Starting in round 1 tonight as we head into the berm. Dave Reed getting hiked up onto 2 wheels there for a second. Does manage to keep it down on all 4s and keep the run going, but it's not going to match the power of Shane Lake in that Gravedigger truck, looking for another racing championship. Can he get it, Team Thunder? Gravedigger on to round 2 tonight. Dave Reed, another round 1 elimination. Jake Cranford in Gravedigger coming out next on your left, taking on Devyn Barber in Avenger. Devyn has handpicked this Avenger scheme to debut here in Tampa, Florida. That World Finals 18 S10 body coming back and making a debut here on the ROR SRPS Tour. Of course, we did see this last season. It worked for Jim Kohler. Can it work for Devyn Barber tonight? Starting in the racing competition here in round 1, taking on a tough driver, Jake Cranford in Gravedigger. Over that starting line we go, headed into the berm. Nicely done from both drivers. Devyn Barber has a shot here with Jake Cranford. Jake does have the lead. Can he hold it? Clips the turning obstacle, and he is going to hold it to the line. Jake Cranford in Gravedigger. Team Mayhem moving on to round 2. Devyn Barber close, but not enough tonight. He needs to work on his final turn there. That seems to be what caught him out. And now we got the sub race, our 2 subs facing off here in round 1. Mike Welch in Gearhead coming out on your right, taking on Tristan England in the JCB Digatron on your left. Tristan England drove this truck to victory in the freestyle competition in St. Louis. He's looking to do it here in the racing competition this time. Of course, Tristan England, a 1-time world racing champion and a runner-up to the World Racing Championship in World Finals 23. We'll see how he does here tonight against Mike Welch, making his Monster Jam debut. Over the jump and headed to our first turn in the berm. JCB Digatron having some trouble. Neither truck super clean, but Mike Welch in the lead right now, and around the final turn, he's gonna hold it and make it stick. Mike Welch in gearhead. On to round 2 tonight. Nicely done. Either way we went there, it was Team Thunder on to round 2, but Mike Welch makes it happen tonight. Next out on the track, though, it's Barry Musauer in Zombie. They'll be taking on Cynthia Gauthier in that Lucas Stabilizer truck. Cynthia made it up into the final round in St. Louis against Shane Lake in Gravedigger, but she was unable to make it happen. She wants some vengeance tonight. She wants to make it happen, but Barry Musauer, Mr. Consistent, almost a tour champion last season, a lot of racing wins under his belt. I don't know if she's going to be able to make it happen, but every show is a new show. Every season is a new season, and Barry has been having some tough luck. We'll see how it goes here as we go over the line for our final race of round 1. Into the berm, looking good for both of these drivers. Cynthia makes quick work of it, but it seems to be Barry in the lead. Cynthia's out wide in the final turn. It's close to the line, and it is Barry Musauer in Zombie. Heading into round 2, Team Mayhem gets another one. Cynthia close, but not enough as Barry goes into some two-wheel skills action here on the track, parking it right up on the van stack for the fans. If you guys are enjoying this racing competition so far tonight, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let me know in a comment down below. It helps boost the channel a little bit and get me out to some more eyes, and then we could have some more people hanging out in the live stream. But be sure to check out the ROR SRPS Instagram as well for all kinds of extra content, including early access to the week's racing bracket, pit party pictures, results, recaps, and more. And just stick around, guys. It's a lot of fun. We also have highlights of the shows coming out throughout the week. But Max D is going to be taking on John Gordon in Bad Company to kick off round 2. Blown Money versus Mohawk Warrior. The Gravediggers are going to face off. And we got Gearhead taking on Zombie. Round 2 is underway as we get our first truck onto the track. John Gordon in Bad Company on your left, and Zach Antezana in Max D on your right, repping that Max D 20th anniversary split body, looking awesome. And I love the touch. I love it that they brought back the split tires as well, the 3rd gens and those old used up BKTs to, you know, kind of represent that classic Max D look. I love it. I love that it matches the split paint, and it's cool. It's a nice touch. Both drivers pulling up to this starting line here. John Gordon having to reset a little bit, passed up the starting line there. Oh, we're green already, launching over it. Here we go into the berm. Who is going to come out on top tonight? Two-time champion says he wants it. John Gordon gets in trouble in the berm, almost heads right into the barriers, and it is all Zach Antezana who will be moving on to the semifinals tonight, one step closer to his 3rd racing championship this season. Can he get it here in Tampa, Florida? I mean, 2 out of 4 so far. We'll see how it goes. Bryce Kenny and Mohawk Warrior coming out on your left. He'll be taking on Rick Steffens in Blown Money on your right. Rick Steffens looking to make it happen tonight. He's never been in the semifinals. One of the few Team Thunder drivers representing here in round 2. He would love to make it stick, and it would be big for points on Team Thunder, the losing team right now. If we can get them high up in the bracket. Both trucks staged and ready to go. Who's going to come out on top here in round 2? Heading into the berm. Nice, hiking up big time from Bryce Kenny. Little bobble on Rick Steffens' side as well, coming out of the berm. Drops that tire off, but he is going to take it to the line. Rick Steffens in Blown Money, taking out Bryce Kenny in Mohawk Warrior Fire. What a turn of events here. Definitely did not see that coming. This is his first time getting up into the semifinals. Nicely done. Now look at this. We got our Gravediggers coming out to face off head-to-head. Jake Cranford in Team Mayhem's Gravedigger. He'll be taking on Shane Lake in Team Thunder's Gravedigger. Of course, I mentioned it last round. Shane Lake, of course, that racing champion, the Dubby Racing Champion from St. Louis. Jake Cranford has made it into the semifinals one time before. He wants to do it again tonight, but he has to knock out the reigning champion, and that's going to be tough. I can tell you that much. We'll see how they do here in round 2, launching off of that starting line and over the jump for the first time. Who's going to come out on top when we get to the line? Ooh, Jake Cranford clipping the barrier. He is behind. And a bobble in the turn as well. He is struggling. Pressure getting to him tonight. Shane Lake in Gravedigger representing Team Thunder is on to the semifinals. One step closer to another racing championship. Can he get it in Tampa, Florida? Mike Welch in Gearhead is going to do what he can to solidify a second show and make sure that doesn't happen. But he does have a pretty tough draw here in round 2. Barry Musauer in Zombie. I already told you about Zombie. Mike Welch, typically on the independent tours, famously does not love the action in Monster Jam. We'll see if he can turn it up for the fans here and bring some of that energy that he talks about at his shows to a Monster Jam event. Of course, this awesome custom Gearhead, my own paint. I will pat myself on the back there. I do love it from back in 2017 or 2018. See if he can drive this thing to victory here in the racing competition. He needs to get past Barry Musauer, who is in trouble in the berm. Mike Welch not clean either. Coming out of that final turn, nice and tight from Mike Welch. Zombie, Barry Musauer, tough race here in round 2. Did not have control of that truck in the first turn, and it just hurt him big time, man. Mike Welch on to the semifinals. That was our last race. Let's get into the semifinals. Zach Antezana will take on Rick Steffens, and Shane Lake is going to take on Mike Welch. Can we get another substitute win here on the All-Star Challenge Tour? Can we get our first sub-racing win is the question. Zach Antezana coming out on your right in Max D, taking on Rick Steffens in Blown Money. Team Thunder versus Team Mayhem, kicking off round 1. Or excuse me, race 1 of the semifinals. Both of these trucks getting lined up. This is going to be an interesting race for sure. Rick Steffens has yet to knock out Zach Antezana if they faced off at all. I couldn't tell you at this moment, but pulling up to the line, we got them matched up. Who will come out on top tonight as we launch off of that starting line? Beautifully done, heading into the berm. Zach Antezana in trouble this time. Goes in way too hot, hikes up, and can't get that truck under control. It is all Rick Steffens over the finish line. Team Thunder heads to the Dubby final round as Zach Antezana goes for a ride. Oh my goodness, what a save. Gets that thing back on all 4 BKTs. And he is on to the next one. No Dubby final round for Max D tonight. Shane Lake in Gravedigger coming out next on your right, taking on Mike Welch in Gearhead. This is Team Thunder versus Team Thunder. No matter who moves on here, it's Team Thunder versus Team Thunder in the Dubby final round. Can we get a substitute into the final round? And can we get a substitute champion? Or can we get a repeating champion? Shane Lake in Gravedigger has good potential to get that Dubby Racing Championship once again. Both trucks staged, ready to go, and we are green to close out the semifinals. Into the berm, both of these drivers chucking it in. Mike Welch picking up that left rear. Does that slow him down? He is behind. Great turns from both drivers. Mike Welch catching up. It's close, but it is Shane Lake in Gravedigger over the line first. A great race, great pass between the two of them, but Mike Welch, great effort towards the finish line, just doesn't make it stick here tonight. That means your Dubby final round is Team Thunder versus Team Thunder. Blown Money taking on Gravedigger. Who is going to come out on top? Can we get an all-new Dubby Racing Champion, or will it be back-to-back Dubby Racing Championships for Shane Lake in Gravedigger? Coming out on your left, Tricky Ricky and Blown Money on your right. And this is exciting, almost as exciting as 10% off using code RORSRPS at Dubby.gg. Dubby has some incredible flavors of energy powders, as well as some electrolyte hydration blends that have 0 caffeine. They are delicious, guys. I use Dubby energy powder on its own, drinking it straight with some water, as well as pouring it into some smoothies and making fruit smoothies with it. I also just put in another order, so be sure to stay on the lookout for a review of Dubby's new mystery flavor. What could that be? I'll give you guys a review as we get down to it. Be sure to check out Dubby at Dubby.gg. And here we go into our Dubby final round. Beautiful landing from Rick Steffens. Shane Lake in the lead right now, though. Great turns from both of these drivers. It looks like it is all Shane Lake, but a bobble in the final turn, clipping the turning obstacle. It's Rick Steffens in blown money coming out on top as Shane Lake goes freestyling. Oh my goodness. Tricky Ricky gets his first Dubby championship of the season, and it is in the racing competition. Who saw that coming, man? The way Rick throws down in freestyle, granted he does go out early, but I definitely would have thought he would have had a freestyle championship before a racing one. But that just goes to show you that every show is a new show and anything can happen. This is the definition of unscripted and unexpected. Rick Steffens onto the winner's circle, hanging out with his buddies. So far as Zach Antezana, of course he is on Team Mayhem. Same for HyperShock, but Gravedigger Shane Lake also there with them, having a great time in that winner's circle. We'll see who can come out on top with another win by the end of the season. Rick Steffens getting it done tonight in blown money. Let's get a look at the points awarded here in the racing competition. Max D, Zach Antezana ends up in the lead with 56 points. Barry Musauer in Zombie ends up with 55. Shane Lake in Gravedigger with 54. Blake Thompson in HyperShock with 51. Jaxon Schlett in Piece of Scrap gets 50. Avenger ends up with 45. Bryce Kenny in Mohawk Warrior with 42. Tied with Cam McQueen in Bro Camino, also with 42. Another tie here, Rick Steffens in Blown Money with 39, and Gravedigger for Team Mayhem with Jake Cranford ends up with 39. Same for John Gordon in Bad Company, three-way tie here. And EJ Hyden with 35. Dave Reed in Northern Nightmare with 30. JCB Digatron with 26. Lucas Stabilizer with 18. And getting up into the semifinals in his first show of the season, Mike Welch in Gearhead with 8 points. That puts Team Thunder at 333 and Team Mayhem with 362 as we head into the freestyle competition tonight. Who can come out on top? Can Team Thunder make up the points they need to finally grab that lead? We'll see what happens. If you guys enjoyed the racing competition tonight, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We got new shows every Saturday. You do not want to miss the rest of the season. We got 3 tours to choose from. Also, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Let me know in a comment down below that you enjoyed it, and hit that like button. Check out the RSRPS Instagram for all kinds of extra content, including early access to the week's racing bracket, pit party pictures, and just general news about the channel if there ever is any to be told. And yeah, guys, stick around. It's a lot of fun. I love seeing you guys in the live chat, and we have fun over here with these shows. Also, be sure to check out the channel partner, Dubby Energy, for some clean, jitterless energy, and you can get 10% off using code RORSRPS at checkout when you make your purchase anytime, anywhere, only at www.dubby.gg, as well as you can check them out on Instagram at dubby.gg or their app on both the Google and Apple Play stores. And yeah, guys, it's some good stuff. I definitely check it out. I did, and I will. You'll see me soon with another review. But let's get into freestyle in just a minute. I'll see you guys over there.